I believe that on the first night I went to Gatsby's house, I was one of the few guests who had actually been invited. Out of the hundreds of people, barely any knew a segment of truth about Gatsby. They will give you a better impression than my generalities of those who accepted Gatsby's hospitality and paid him the subtle tribute of knowing nothing whatever about him. So, what do you know about Gatsby?
Somebody told me she killed a man once. I heard she was a communist during the war.
Was she a spy during the Vietnam War?
I don't think it was so much that. I think that she was the daughter of a spy for the Soviets.
So, was she a Soviet?
No, that's not it. I think she was raised in America. You look at her sometimes when she's not watching. I bet she killed her.
So, who is Gatsby? What does she even do?
She told me she went to Oxford once.
Don't you believe her?
No, I don't know. I just don't think she went there.
I had talked with her perhaps half a dozen times in the past month and found that she had little to say, so my first impression, that she was a person of some undefined consequence, had gradually faded, until that fateful day.
Look here, dude. What have you heard about me? What's the 411?
I mean, not much really, not a lot.
Well, I'm going to tell you about myself. I'm going to tell you God's truth so you don't hear the wrong stories about me. I was born into a rich family from the West Coast. I was raised in America, but went to college at Oxford because it's a family tradition.
Oh, what part of the West Coast?
San Francisco.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
Tubular.
After that, I traveled like a Richie around Europe, collecting gems, doing some painting and writing, doing whatever as I pleased, and yeah. Then came the war, dude. I was trying not to go, but an enchanted spirit told me I was needed, so yeah, I was like a totally stellar nurse, and I even saved the chief commander's life, and I was such a good nurse that even Congo gave me a medal.
Wow.
Yeah, and then here's a picture of myself that I carry around all the time of me at Oxford. See that boy right there? That's so
For several weeks after, I didn't see her or hear her voice on the phone. Mostly I was in New York. But finally, I went over to her house one Sunday afternoon. Jane Gatz, her legal name, came from unsuccessful hippies living in Minnesota. She believed she was the daughter of God and it was her mission to fulfill her duties. She ran away at the age of 17 and spent her days mulling around the shore of Lake Superior. She went to college for 2 weeks but decisively quit. Afterwards, she met Danielle Cody, a famous actress, who took pity on her and eventually employed her. Although she was her employer, Danielle also became her best friend. Danielle taught her how to be a real woman, and upon her death, Jane Gatz inherited a small slice of her fortune. Thus, the current Jay Gatsby was born. She told me all this very much later, but I've put it down here with the idea of exploiting those first wild rumors about her antecedents, which weren't even faintly true. Moreover, she told it to me at a time of confusion, when I had reached the point of believing everything and nothing about her. Susie should have listened when Mrs. Woodward said that although she was a junior, she acted like a freshman.
These were the worst words she wrote in her formal essay. It was the biggest mistake of her life.
We're gonna miss her so much.